Hey there anime lovers, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we will be exploring the 30 anime where overpowered main character hides his power. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the list. My Isekai life, I gained a second character class and became the strongest sage in the world. After working himself to death in a hostile corporate environment, Yuji Sano gets a second chance when he transmigrates to a game-like fantasy world. Although he wishes to lead an unassuming life, Yuji learns that he has the title of a monster tamer, the weakest rank of adventurer. With his newfound skills, he tames a number of slimes around him, and with their help, acquires magical powers to become a sage, a second profession that capitalizes on such potential. Plunderer. It's the year 305 of the Alcian calendar, and the world is currently entirely controlled by numbers. Every human born is branded with a count. This count can be anything, the amount of kilometers walked, or the amount of people who have said your food is tasty. If your count drops to 0, you will be sent into the abyss. After Hina's mother's count dropped to 0, her last request was for Hina to look for the legendary Red Baron. Sky Wizards Academy. Forced to retreat to floating cities due to an invasion of armored insects, humanity must depend on sky wizards to battle the menace. Once known as the Black Master Swordsman, Kanata is now considered a traitor and is assigned to lead an F class of mismatched mages. Redo of Healer. Kiaru, who was bound by this common knowledge, was exploited again and again by others. But one day, he noticed what may lay beyond healing magic, and was convinced that a healing magician was the strongest class. However, by the time he realized its full potential, he was deprived of everything. Thus, he used healing magic on the world itself to go back 4 years, deciding to redo everything. Death March to the Parallel World Rhapsody. Suzuki is a programmer in the middle of a death march. He was supposed to be taking a nap but somehow wakes up in another world. What lies before him is what looks like the menu screen of the game he was working before his nap. He's at a complete beginner stage at level 1. However, he had 3 meteor showers which could level a whole map. Suddenly, a whole group of lizardmen appears in front of him. In order to survive, Suzuki uses Meteor Shower, his level jumped to 310 and he became extremely wealthy. Whether it be dream or reality, Suzuki's journey was now beginning. Summoned to another world for a second time. Setsu was summoned to another world to become a warrior and he saved the world. As a result, he became very popular and he is happily living his life as a normie in this new world. However, one day he gets caught in a trap and is deported back to his original world as a baby. When he grows up and is in high school, he is summoned once again to the same world. The Aristocrat's Otherworldly Adventure, Serving Gods Who Go Too Far. Shina Kazuya was killed protecting a girl. He suddenly awakens in the kind of world he has only dreamed about, one with magic and swords. Now as Cayenne von Silford, a son of an aristocratic family, the gods grant him divine blessings and extraordinary stats. Though he does his best, he still gets in trouble. Cayenne's chaotic life is about to begin. Code Breaker. Sakura is riding the bus when she sees people getting burned with blue fire. A boy her age is near them, unhurt. The boy turns up at her school one day as a transfer student, but she learns that he is part of an organization called Code Breaker. She tags along with him, trying to get him to open up a little bit. But the boy ignores her while saying that he needs to find the man he must kill. Skeleton Knight in Another World. One day, a gamer played video games until he fell asleep, and when he woke up, he found himself in the game world as a skeleton. Equipped with the powerful weapons and armor of his avatar but stuck with its frightening skeletal appearance, Ark has to find a place for himself in this new, fantastical land. All his hopes for a quiet life are dashed when he crosses paths with a beautiful elven warrior, setting him on a journey full of conflict and adventure. Full-time Magister. MC woke up in a familiar world that has vastly changed. His school has become a school that teaches magic, encouraging everyone to become a mighty magician. Outside the city, many wandering magical beasts and monsters attack and prey on humans. A world of advanced science changed into one of advanced magic. Despite this, his ambition in life and his situation remains the same. One of the dregs of the society with a struggling father and a disabled stepsister that couldn't walk. However, MC found when everyone can only have one major element, he can do much more. I got a cheat skill in another world and became unrivaled in the real world too. A mysterious door stands open, inviting a boy who's been brutally bullied all his life to take a courageous step forward into the unknown. On the other side, he finds a hoard of priceless artifacts and a world as filled with magic as it is with monsters. The most shocking revelation, however, is that he can bring whatever he wants back with him when he returns to Earth. It won't be long before this double life changes him forever. The world's finest assassin gets reincarnated in another world as an aristocrat. The world's #1 assassin has been reincarnated as the eldest son of a family of aristocrat assassins. In exchange for being reincarnated in another world, a goddess has imposed upon him one condition: kill the hero who is prophesied to destroy the world. This was to be the mission in his new life. The synergistic effect of the vast knowledge and experience he gained that made all manner of assassinations possible in the modern world. And the secret techniques and magic of the fantasy world's most powerful family of assassins turn him into the greatest assassin of all time. Akashic Records of Bastard Magic Instructor. Sisti attends a magical academy to hone her skills in the magical arts and hopes to solve the mystery of the enigmatic Sky Castle. After the retirement of her favorite teacher, the replacement, Glenn, turns out to be a tardy, lazy, seemingly incompetent bastard of an instructor. How was it that Glenn was handpicked by the best magician in the academy? Noblesse. Rai wakes up from 820 years long sleep and starts his new life as a student in a high school founded by his loyal servant, Frankenstein. His peaceful days as a student are soon interrupted, as his new human friends are assaulted by mysterious attackers with superhuman abilities. Sword Art Online. The players of a virtual reality MMORPG, Sword Art Online, are trapped in fighting for their very lives. After it is announced that the only way to leave the game is by beating it, and that if they die in the game, they will also die in real life. Trapped in this virtual world, Kirito must use his gaming skills and knowledge to survive and find a way to escape. Along the way, he meets other players, including Asuna, a skilled fighter. The Fruit of Grisea. Yuji Kazami transfers to Mihama Academy, a school with only 5 female students and prison-like features. Every student in the school has their own circumstances for being there, but Yuji is not required to do anything about their situation as he asked for a normal student life. According to the decisions he makes while at Mihama Academy, however, he will eventually choose to become involved of his own accord. The Daily Life of the Immortal King. MC defeating a demon king at age 6, he is a near-invincible existence with prowess far beyond his control. But now that he's 16, he faces his greatest battle yet, senior high school. With one challenge after another popping up, his plans for a low-key high school life seem further and further away. Reincarnated as a sword. Reincarnated as a sentient weapon with memories of his past life, but not his name, a magical sword saves a young beast girl from a life of slavery. Fran, the cat-eared girl, becomes his wielder and wants only to grow stronger, while the sword wants to know why he is here. Together, the strange duo's journey has only just begun. Tsukamichi Moonlit Fantasy. High school student Misumi Makoto is called into a fantasy world by the god Tsukayomi in order to be a hero. However, powerful others in this world aren't as thrilled to have him there, and they kick him to the edge of the world just as Tsukayomi declares that he must leave Makoto to find his own way. Now it's up to Makoto to find his own way. The devil is a part-timer. Devil King is only one step away from conquering the world when he is beaten by Hero and forced to drift to the other world, modern-day Tokyo. As conquering the world are the only skills the Devil King possesses, and are obviously unnecessary in his new situation, he must work as a freeter to pay for his living expenses. The Irregular at Magic High School. The year is 2095. Magic has been tamed as another form of technology, and the practice of magic is now a rigorous discipline. Brother and sister Tatsuya and Miyuki Shiba are just about to start their first year at the renowned First Magic High School of Japan. But the school's ironclad rules mean that the brilliant Miyuki enters the prestigious Course 1, while her older brother, Tatsuya, is relegated to Course 2, and that's just the beginning of their troubles. Charlotte. Very few adolescent boys and girls have an onset of special abilities. Yuo Tasaka is one such man who uses his ability unbeknownst to others in order to lead a satisfying school life. Then one day, a girl named Naotomori suddenly appears before him. Their encounter reveals the destiny for wielders of special abilities. Parasyte the Maxim. They arrived in silence and darkness, descending from the skies with a hunger for human flesh. Parasytes, alien creatures who must invade and take control of a human host to survive, have come to Earth. No one knows their secret except high school student Izumi, whose right hand has been invaded by an alien parasite. Izumi and Migi, the parasite in his hand, begrudgingly form a friendship and find themselves caught in the middle of a war between humans and parasites. The Disastrous Life of Saikike. Saiki Kusuo has a wide array of superpowers at his command, including telepathy and telekinesis. This might sound awesome, but in Kusuo's experience, superpowers are not all they're cracked up to be. He tries to live a normal life despite his annoying abilities. Mob Psycho 100. Mob is a boy who will explode if his emotional capacity reaches 100%. This boy with psychic powers earned his nickname Mob because he does not stand out among other people. He keeps his psychic powers bottled up so he can live normally, but if his emotional level reaches 100, something will overwhelm his entire body. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. Living alone and never having had a girlfriend, 37-year-old Satoru Mikami is dissatisfied with how his life has turned out. But after dying at the hands of a robber, reborn in a fantasy world, Satoru now has a wide variety of skills and powers available to him, but the downside is that he's no longer human. Instead, he's become a blue slime monster, and is alone in a cave full of magical plants and minerals, or so he thinks until he runs into a giant dragon named Verudora. Satoru and Verudora soon become friends, but there's a violent world waiting for them outside the cave. Death Note. High school student Light Yagami discovers a supernatural notebook that allows him to kill anyone by writing the victim's name while picturing their face. The story follows his attempts to become a god by creating a new world cleansed of evil by using the notebook, and the complex conflict between himself and all those who try to stop him. One Punch Man. Saitama started out being a hero just for fun. After 3 years of special training, he became so powerful that he can defeat opponents with a single punch. Now alongside Genos, his faithful cyborg disciple, Saitama is ready to begin his official duties as a professional hero working with the Hero Association. Classroom of the Elite. The students of a prestigious high school who are ranked based on their academic and social standings. The main character, Kiyotaka Aya Nikoji, possesses exceptional intelligence and physical abilities, which he keeps hidden from his classmates. As Kiyotaka navigates the school's complex social hierarchy and becomes involved in various schemes and plots, he must use his intelligence and resourcefulness to achieve his goals while keeping his abilities a secret. The Eminence in Shadow. Even in his past life, Sid's dream wasn't to become a protagonist or a final boss. He'd rather lie low as a minor character until it's prime time to reveal he's a mastermind, or at least do the next best thing, pretend to be one. And now that he's been reborn into another world, he's ready to set the perfect conditions to live out his dreams to the fullest. Armed with his overactive imagination, Sid jokingly recruits members to his organization and makes up a whole backstory about an evil cult that they need to take down. Well, as luck would have it, these imaginary adversaries turn out to be the real deal and everyone knows the truth, but not him. And that concludes our list of the 30 anime where overpowered main character hides his power. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.